Welcome in, everybody. It's 1 o'clock here on a Friday. It's the Bullpen. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. We're live here at Toyota Field where the Banders are on the road. It's a little empty here. They were here yesterday getting ready for the weekend. They've got a three-game series start tonight on the road in Biloxi. And then they are back again on the road next week at Pensacola. Tough series. So, again, next week we'll be here doing podcasts with no games at home, but we will have Trash Pandas games to discuss. I will be out until Wednesday after today, so we won't have a show at least until Wednesday. And then we're finally back at home at the end of July for one of our final 4 homestands. So the season is winding down. We have 12 homestands?
We got 4 more.
And we have 4 more left. So we got what, like a third of the season?
Third of the home season, yeah.
Yeah, home season.
We got the series in Biloxi and then another series on the road before we get back. July 25th against Pensacola, yeah. So Biloxi, Pensacola on the road back-to-back.
It might feel like 2 road trips.
It's going to be a lot of traveling, yeah.
The Pensacola series alone might feel like a double road trip.
So all you guys packing some golf clubs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, going to get some good time. Going to Pensacola for a week's got to be pretty great, actually.
I've learned a lot about pitchers this year.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've learned, like unspoken-wise and through some of their parents, is that pitchers really enjoy the fact that they're pitchers and not position players because they have a lot more time for golf.
They're pretty much professional golfers.
Avid golfers. Big-time golfers.
Smoltz, Glav, and Maddox, they used to play like 4 times a week. Like if it was your off day, like, let's go. Let's go play 18. Let's play 36 maybe. I went and played golf Monday. I saw 4 of the boys. I started on the back 9, so I'm starting my back 9, but I'm on 1, and I pull up to 1, and 2 carts come up to 9, and all of a sudden here, Tricky Ricky, hey, one guy goes, it's a Trash Panda guy, hey, and I'm like, who are these goofs? What's going on? I'm like, oh, those goofs are big. And I was like, oh, wait, those are our goofs, man. I'm like, what's up, boys? Hey, how's it going? How you hitting it? And I'm like, I'm hitting it.
You said they were big. Who were they?
Jack Dashwood was out there. Victor Maderos was out there. I think Kenyon Yovan was out there.
Yovan loves to golf. Loves to golf.
I don't know. We got a lot of guys with long beards, and we had some distance. So, I'm pretty sure it was Kenyon.
If it was a white dude with a beard, it was probably Kenyon Yovan, especially if it was a pitcher.
And then one more. I think maybe Stratton Podaris.
When you said big at first, I thought Ivan Armstrong. I don't know if Ivan Armstrong golfs or not. But all I thought immediately was how hard he could crush a golf ball.
He probably hit it really far. I don't know if it'd be straight, but it would go.
No, it would. I just want the track man on it, just so I can see how far.
His clubs alone would probably be taller than both of us.
Yeah, you'd special order them. You'd have to.
Yeah.
Those would be expensive.
Not a lot of 6'8" golfers on the tour.
No, there are. Isn't Scotty Scheffler pretty tall?
How tall was Fuzzy Zeller?
I don't know if that's a real person. I'm pretty sure you made that person up.
Okay.
You definitely. That is not a real person.
Oh, God. You Google him, the first thing is racist remarks pops up next to his name. God, I got to freshen up my references, dude.
Your golf references. How tall was Fuzzy Zeller? You have to scroll past the racist stuff. How tall is he?
Let me read. Just forget I said that. Mark Calcavecchio wasn't that tall back in the day. Was he? I don't think he was.
How tall is Scotty Scheffler? Scotty Scheffler's pretty tall.
I gotta Google Calcavecchio, make sure he's been on the straight path there ever since. Okay, see, no, you Google him, you know what you get? You get stories about golf.
Yeah.
This is golfer. Fuzzy Zeller, not the case. All right, no more fuzzy references on the show.
Scotty Scheffler's only 6'3", by the way. Still pretty tall.
God, he looks like he'd be taller.
He looks. I tell you who looks pretty tall. If you want any photo of me taken by Lucas, our social media guy, I look tall. He put a picture of us up for our last podcast. I look like stretch forward in the NBA.
You look like that dude the Spurs just drafted, Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama?
Wembanyama. You look like Wembanyama. You look like you got about, your legs are 4 foot
I
long.
Felt like I looked like Kristaps Porzingis.
You looked awesome.
Chet Holmgren energy. I'm 5'11". I'm almost 6 foot. Like, I'm just under 6 foot, and I have to live with that my entire life. I've always wanted to be at least 6 foot. I'm not, just under it. I look like I'm 6'8" in that picture.
I hate that for you because I'm just barely 6 foot, and it's one of the things I cherish most in life.
It makes such a big difference.
It really is.
I'm like 5'11" and like 3/8. Like I'm up there.
This isn't the draft combine. Just lie. No one's bringing a tape measure.
Yeah, dude, I don't really lie.
3/8. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's close enough.
It's not just like I'm not barely 5'11". I'm comfortably 5'11", but I'm not close to 6 foot.
You're not 5'11 and a half,
No.
which gets you in the roundup range.
Yeah, it would.
That's
I would
shit.
definitely round up if that were the case, for sure.
Have you thought about getting one of those things where you hang upside down? One of those inversion tables?
I
It's
didn't.
supposed to help with your spine.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Keeps the disc from compressing. That might get you a half inch.
It
Or
could.
at least a quarter inch, which you need to get in to round up.
I think I need a full inch or two because we're getting older,
Let's
and then
not
you
get
start
crazy.
going the other way once you get old.
Well,
so.
hey, we're both going to be. I expect to be 5'6" by the time I call it. I think I'm going to shrink quite a bit.
Lose half a foot.
Possibly, yeah.
Ooh,
I
is
think
that
it could happen. You should see my grandma. I think it was about the same.
So
She was 6'2". She played volleyball. By the time she passed away, I think she was 5'7".
things about trying to get taller. Jen had read back when she was pregnant about because she's probably average height for a woman. She's like 5'4". I'm average height for a dude. I'm 5'11", and then her dad was like 5'7", 5'8", something like that. I think she said he was like 5'8", 5'9". Maybe he was pretty short. So we're obviously worried that Oliver is going to turn out pretty short, or I'm definitely terrified that he's going to be pretty short. The only reason that bothers me is because I know ruthless young boys and how hard they make fun of other people.
It's tough to be short.
Yeah, so it is tough to be short. So Jen had looked up ways to make kids taller as they grow up.
What?
And she read a story. I don't think that's exactly what she was looking up.
That's how your kid grows like
So-
a sixth finger on one hand.
So she just happened to read a story about how Michael Jordan's mom had said she wanted him to be tall, so she used to put salt in his shoes. So now, whenever, and he doesn't really wear shoes all that often because he's not really walking yet, but she's going to start putting salt in his shoes. It's an old wives' tale. I don't think it works, but it's something she's going to do. You looked up salt poisoning?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna kill your. You can't do that.
Just sprinkle a little in there, not even in his socks. Just
A little bit. What's that supposed to do?
I don't know, but Michael Jordan's mom did it. Ask her,
That's
not me.
crazy, dude.
I didn't do it.
How tall
Yeah.
is Michael Jordan's dad? You ever think maybe just genetics took over?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan's dad height. This can't be
You wanna-
right.
you
Michael
wanna go
Jordan's
over-
dad was 5'6".
You want to go over this again now?
This can't be right.
5'6" was Michael Jordan's dad. You still think it was genetics?
Let's go get some salt. Look, there's a question on it. How is Michael Jordan 6'6" if his dad is 5'9"? It's called a recessive gene, which means a grandparent, great-grandparent, or even further back were tall.
Actually, it's called putting salt in your shoes. Is what it's called.
Yeah.
Look it up. His mom did it. Look it up.
Michael Jordan, mom, salt, shoe. That feels like a good search. Did they write a book about
It's a
this?
book. I'm telling
She
you.
wrote a book?
She did. She.
Dolores Jordan. I'm pretty sure that's child abuse. In Pursuit of a Dream. Michael Jordan. Look at the cover of this. His bones and everything aren't even.
It's an animated cover. It's not.
I mean,
actually
still,
Michael
though, dude. He has the arms and fingers of E.T.
I think he turned out pretty good, though, right?
I mean, he did,
yeah.
but he also has, like, a gambling addiction and
Yeah.
a competitive nature that not only got him to the top, but has also ruined some of his relationships. The salt poisoning, is that I'm going back to my result.
I don't think he got salt poisoning. I mean, dehydration probably. I would imagine that would cause some dehydration.
I think it's supposed to help you retain water. It might be hyperdration.
Okay.
Salt poisoning is the intoxicating result from the excess intake of sodium.
He's not taking it in.
Well, I mean, it's
Kind of.
absorbing in. You know, you absorb a lot through your feet, too. What are the symptoms? Salt poisoning symptoms. Sporadic growths in your overall height. Risk of salt. Look, it says salt is everywhere. Oh, God. It's the cerebral assassin, salt.
Salt is everywhere. Horror movie.
Wow. Okay, I don't have time to Google the symptoms and the treatment of salt, but I mean, looking
he's
at the comments
fine.
right here, Papa Yo says, my parents are both 5'6", my sister is 5'2", and I'm 6'1". Did you ever put salt in your shoes or absorb salt through any of your pores? Because if not, I think this whole thing's killed. I think Dolores Jordan did this as a ploy to sell children's books. Which, hey, good for her. Go make your money.
Well, I'll tell you here in about.
I don't believe it, though.
about 16 to 18 years. I'll tell you about how it worked out.
You going to try it?
Jen's going to. You're not going to stop Jen from doing it.
How much salt?
I don't know.
About the amount of salt you put on like a basket of chips at a Mexican restaurant?
I'm not sure. I think you just sprinkle a little in there. You don't dump the deal in there. Just enough.
I just feel like your kid's feet are going to be raw and sore all day from the salt.
Have socks on. I mean, it's not like...
Yeah, but he's going to sweat. That salt's going to get wet. You're going to have a kid with foot sores. Your kid's going to have trouble walking. This is a poor decision, dude.
It'll be fine.
He's not. If anything, he'll shrink, and his feet are going to be chemically burnt from all the salt you're pouring into his shoes.
If he has trouble walking, he's going to get that from me. I'm pigeon-toed. So remember, my dad had a chance to fix that.
Have you thought about putting pepper in your shoes? Maybe it'll straighten it out. Maybe salt elongates, pepper straightens.
I think it's past time for me, though. I don't think there's no going back now.
Get some freshly cracked black pepper, and I mean, there's no need to give up. Did Dolores Jordan give up when she had a little scrawny kid that was getting cut from the middle school basketball team?
She wasn't putting salt in a 30-year-old man's shoes.
Is that what Mike's secret stuff was in Space Jam? Was it just salt water?
Probably, yeah.
And did he just squirt it on his feet? Did he even drink it?
Probably. Wonder if he still practices.
Because he did do that arm stretch thing at the end of Space Jam so he could dunk from half court.
Did MJ put salt in his kids' shoes?
Probably not. We've never heard of him basketball-wise. One of them's dating Scottie Pippen's wife.
Yeah.
That's a weird situation.
Yeah.
There's a little too much salt in that gene pool. You know what I mean?
Yovan said, no, God just didn't want another short, angry male Yovan.
That's probably for the best, yeah. See, man, you can't salt yourself up in height. That's insane. You're marinating your feet and hoping that you grow. That's crazy. You can't do that.
Again, it's not. I'm just the messenger at this point.
All right, let me know how it goes, man.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
I'm not going to tell you how to parent your kid. You know, that's disrespectful. But I will judge you for it.
I will absolutely be lying if I said I wasn't very intrigued on how it's going to turn out.
I'm very intrigued too. I want you going to measure them every couple days or so? We got to have numbers to back this stuff up. If you're going to start salting your kid like a snail, you need the info to back this up. You're going to go to jail.
Well,
okay, if you don't have any paperwork.
Well, in comparison to a snail, he didn't melt. So
someone's going to come into the front door one day and see your wife with a salt shaker over the shoe, and they're going to go, "What's happening here?"
I think you're blowing this a lot of proportion.
This is abuse by proxy, right?
All right. So speaking of the chat over here, I noticed he hasn't jumped in the chat, and I think it's because he's scared. But NFL Insider, Mr. Ethan Darby, he hit me up on Twitter earlier today. Why don't you go ahead and read what he DM'd you?
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I get a message on here. Loyal listener of the show, going back to the old radio days.
Oh yeah.
Big guy right here. Big fan. Love him. But out of nowhere, I get a message from him that says, don't listen to Tony. Whatever he says is wrong, and whatever he shows you is photoshopped. So if you get a message like that, don't believe this, whatever he says is wrong, and then Photoshop is brought into the fold, that's a scary situation to not know anything about. You know what I mean?
So, I've got my DMs open. You can see that it is not a still photo. That is actual DM.
It's scrolling. That's real. That's verified.
So this is the message I get this morning at 9:27. I got a bad joke that I know you've heard. I said, oh boy, let's hear it. He said, if you translate the Los Angeles Angels to English, you get the Angels. And then he said, block me, delete me, LOL. And I just sent him the rolly eyes. I said, just wait till the pod today. And he said, oh no. I said, we are going to roast you.
That's a terrible joke. That's not even a joke, really.
It's just thanks for translating.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Man, good thing you got that in today.
Yeah.
And then you immediately knew it was stupid. And then you messaged me in hopes that whatever happened wouldn't get broadcasted there. But
so he's probably smart for not hopping in the chat. But as soon as you do, we learned on what was it, Wednesday that we got timeout. Yeah, he's definitely getting put in the timeout.
Oh, they're putting you right in a timeout. Yeah, that works, dude. You can put a guy in timeout and then you just come right back.
Yeah, you're definitely getting put in a timeout.
I don't want to have to do that again, but now I felt bad for putting you in timeout the other day. Now I know why I did it.
You've earned it.
Yeah,
Virgil gets in.
Garbage joke.
Going back to the salt in the shoes, he says, "Does the type of salt matter? I feel like they would have different effects."
Let's get into that. Himalayan sea salt? Or are we talking granulated?
I use on all my food. We're pink Himalayan salt. users.
You're a pink Himalayan sea salt family.
Yes, correct.
That's a brave stance.
So that's what we use. But we do have standard iodized salt.
I got some pH at the house. I got a little pink Himalayan.
Yeah?
Wow.
I heard it's supposed to help you retain water better.
Is that right?
I have heard that.
I heard it makes you taller.
We're about to find out. I'll let you know. 16 to 18 years. I'll let you know.
Go marinate that kid like a Cornish game hen, covering all kinds of spices.
I just hope it doesn't happen too fast.
Why are you pouring oregano on him now? What's happening?
Trying to even it out here. Having a 7'6" not great.
He grew too much. Now I got to put salt in his hair. What?
No, it just gives him a longer neck.
Kid can't even get through the front door. We've given birth to a freak. We've created a Frankenstein. We've created a modern day Frankenstein.
Speaking of the Angels and that dumb translation that Ethan gave us, there is a little bit of Angels intrigue here, being the AA affiliate of the Angels, the Trash Pandas are. We seen a bunch of our dudes go up and play for them, but we might here before the deadline either get like a resurgence into the farm system because there might be a big move by the Angels, and that is Shohei Ohtani. That's picked up a lot of steam here as of late, that right here before the deadline, that deadline I believe is August 1st, in a few weeks, that Shohei Ohtani will be traded, or should be traded, because it is of the opinion that once his contract runs out in a few months, he is not going to re-sign with the Angels. So if he's not going to re-sign with the Angels, it does make sense to trade him and get something out of him, because being a franchise who's, before Shohei got there, having a guy like Mike Trout, who in his prime people were saying could go down statistically as the greatest baseball player of all time, and not winning a playoff game with him. And then now you have Shohei, another one of the all-time
unicorn.
The unicorn players. And you still haven't had success with him. And then you're talking about potentially letting him walk for free at the end of the year and getting nothing out of him. So I understand why you would want to move him and get something for him, but keep in mind that whoever you're moving him to, since his contract is almost up, it's going to be treated as a rental most likely, because they're not sure if they're going to be able to re-sign him either. So realistically, what can you get out of that? You're going to have to, I would imagine they would want a player that could play right now, but also maybe like the number 1, number 2 player in your farm system somewhere.
If you could get a trade, look, if you're a team that's in contention and you need another guy, Shohei's, that's the best addition you could ever have.
And that's where he's going. He's going to go to a team. Like, no one's going to, the A's aren't going to rent him for the next 3 months. It's going to be a contender that rents him out.
But like you said, how much can you get for him? Because there's no guarantee that you're going to get more than this last portion of the season. It's a lose-lose situation, man.
It's tough.
If you're the Angels, you're one of the most relevant teams in baseball, regardless of what your record's been the last few years. And that's something that is pretty cool. The LA Angels are a team, you're in LA and you're not the Dodgers. So you're always fighting for the main audience there in LA. And, of course, nationally, the Dodgers are one of those teams that, they play the most primetime games, or I don't know if it's the most, but they're always at the top of that list for the most primetime games. When you got Shohei and Trout, your primetime no matter what. Anytime Shohei pitches, it's a big deal. Pitches and hits. To lose him, God, that's going to leave a stink on the franchise. You're still going to have Trout, but it's like, couldn't do it with Trout and Shohei, now what? And if you get nothing for him, then it just feels so empty. Then if you trade him, though, and you get some pieces back, you're probably not going to get full value for him. And you still got to watch him leave. And, yeah, maybe you get some prospects for it and it helps you down the line. But, God, you'd have to get so many prospects, to make up for a Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly. And that, I would love to see what the difference would be in trading Shohei like we might see now, which is trading a guy whose contract's about to be up, being treated as a rental, or as opposed to Shohei being traded on a full contract, right? Like if Shohei was like 3 years left on a deal and he got traded, what that would be worth compared to what he's worth right now, because of the fact that, you can't guarantee he's going to re-sign. But I would shop around teams like the Dodgers or the Yankees. Maybe not the Dodgers, because the Dodgers probably feel like they're going to land him in free agency anyway.
Yeah.
Like a team like the Yankees or somebody like that, and then just tell them, like, I know it's a rental, but we're not going to be able to re-sign him, but you're the Yankees. You can re-sign shit. You're the Yankees, right? He'd love to be a Yankee.
Think of your young team.
He doesn't have a beard. He doesn't have to shave it. He'd be great.
That's true. But it's like, oh, great. Now the Yankees get another one of these guys. We got now he's a Yankee now. Great. Now we got to hate him.
Yeah. But if you're the Angels, I mean, you would want that so you could get more out of him in that sense. So
yeah,
I'm very, very curious what they do there. I mean, we got, less than 3 weeks before that could potentially happen?
And honestly, like I've seen reports where it says the Angels don't want to be the team that trade Shohei. They don't want to be the guys known as we still talk about the trade of Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Got sold to the Yanks.
You know what?
He got sold for like a Broadway show or something. Like, have you ever heard that story?
No, the only thing I remember when a broadcaster was Al Michaels, a broadcaster got traded for a cartoon to another network.
Steamboat Willie
Steamboat
or something.
Willie,
Yeah. Babe Ruth was traded for like money and the rights to like a Broadway show because the owner of the Red Sox was hurting in the pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was some real business stuff. No play. Of course, you can't get away with that now. I don't think the Yankees can offer, the Broadway. I don't think they can offer the Lion King. We'll bring the Lion King down there for a year. We'll run a show. It stinks, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's viewed as a loss no matter what. If you don't keep them, and if you try to keep them, then you are going to have to pay so much money that you better hope your prospects are good because that's about all you're going to have.
Yeah. So you're exactly right. And you know what the worst part about the Shohei potentially being traded is? Selfishly, what the worst part is? So the trade deadline, August 1st. I believe that's a Tuesday, August 1st. You know what Wednesday, August 2nd is? Our front office is taking a trip to Atlanta to watch the Braves play the Angels. Mike Trout, likely not going to play because he's out for almost 2 months. It says a month to 2 months, but the people close to the situation say most of the time that injury is a 2-month injury. So Mike Trout probably not playing in that game.
Great.
And Shohei might be traded the day before.
Zach Neto going to be off the
Zach Neto came off today, I believe. Came off today. So
it's all about that panda strength, baby.
Get to see our boy. Hey, maybe Logan Hoppe can just be there and come sit with us in the stand.
That'd be cool. Maybe we send Trout to Rocket City for a little bit, get him a little toughness here. Right.
Maybe with the reshuffling, you trade Ohtani, you got to reshuffle the outfield and stuff a little bit. Maybe Trey Cabbage is playing in there by then,
It's about time for him to get a shot. Bro, and you know what? Selfishly being a part of the Angels farm system, it's just cool knowing that Shohei's one of your guys.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I've got a T-shirt with like 100 pictures of Shohei Ohtani's face on it.
It's a T-shirt of Shohei Ohtani, and it's a bunch of Ohtani faces. The same
faces everywhere.
A million times on the shirt.
What am I going to do with that shirt? I can't even wear that shirt to work anymore.
Oh, no, you got to retire
That's
that
a work shirt now.
That shirt gets
August
retired.
2nd, that might just be a shirt.
It gets retired or sacrificed for the betterment of the team. Like burn it in a
We'd
circle
have to
or
do something, yeah. And so it would kind of stink for him to not be an Angel. It's a cool thing to be a part of.
It is, yeah. It gives us more of a reason to pay attention to him. It makes me like him more, knowing that I work for a team that's loosely affiliated with it. Well, it's affiliated with him, but like loosely, we have that connection. So,
yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, the Angels in the past have dished out a lot of money to a lot of big names, and I don't think. I mean, it has what big name contract that they've signed over the last few years has ended up working for them.
Right.
I mean, Pujols wasn't the same guy. Josh Hamilton wasn't the same guy. Rendon hasn't been that guy. He was in Washington.
I never expected Pujols to end up working through most of the contract that he did.
Yeah.
Like I expected his career to be over before that contract was up, and he ended up playing like another 10 years, 11 years. Like he was last year. He hit his 700th home run.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty cool to see. But I mean, you're right. He wasn't the same guy at all, and he went and hit it for the Dodgers. So.
Yeah, it's
or excuse me, he was with the Dodgers at one point.
So what do you want to happen?
Oh man, I want Ohtani to re-sign with the Angels. I
do too.
I don't know why that's a thing that may not happen.
I don't want to see him be a Yankee. I think everyone loves him. There's something about being an Angel too that makes it to where other baseball fans will love you. Because I don't think like people look at the Angels and go, "Oh, those guys," not like the Dodgers or the Yankees or those teams where you're just like, "Ah, they got all the money. I hate them." If you're not a fan of that team, you hate them.
I've heard and I think it's just because they're a really good baseball team now, and that Ohtani wants to go play. The Angels are going to have to trade him to a contender this season. But I've seen a lot of people starting to think that Ohtani will be a Brave. And
oh my God, what?
I'm starting to see. And how crazy would that be, by the way, if he gets traded to the Braves on August 1st and they play each other the next day?
Oh my gosh.
But number one, but also, it would have to be. Like, this is the only scenario in which Ohtani would be traded to the Braves, because the Braves, number one, don't like to spend money like that, right? They've got one of the best, most popular players in all of Major League Baseball on a largely discounted deal. They just signed their first-round pick, $300,000 less than what his slot value was. Like, the GM is a wizard.
Yeah, no.
Alex Anthopoulos is a wizard. So this is the perfect scenario because you don't have to give up as much for Shohei. I just don't know what the Braves would be willing to give up to get him for the next 3 months because they're already in a good position to go win it all. So,
golly, I don't know.
but I've just seen that pick up a lot of steam. So
you'd think they'd have to give up like a Spencer Strider or something.
Oh, man. That would suck because Spencer's in it for the long haul, I would imagine, with the Braves. And
if you're the Braves, I don't think it makes sense. I mean, you've got so many all-stars locked up on long contracts, like to where you're going to be a good team for the next 3 years at least, probably longer.
Yeah, for sure.
Bringing in a guy like Shohei, the amount of money you are going to have to pay him, the amount you're going to have to give up if you trade for him, that just doesn't make sense to me. But if anyone could pull it off, it'd be the Braves because the contracts they have for all the star players are insane.
And the farm system, too, is good. So they could probably get a couple of decent farm guys that hopefully could come play for us. That'd be weird to see them go from Mississippi, so another team in the league to play them for us.
Yeah.
But then, we will talk pitcher for pitcher. Mike Soroka might be available.
It's a tough situation, man. Never had a player like that.
Brutal. Let's see over here. Papa Yovan says, it's funny that most of the talk of Ohtani being traded is coming from outside the Angels front office. I'm of the thinking to go after it and be buyers. To be sellers guarantees that he is gone. I agree. But, I mean,
then what do you pay the guy?
But being buyers, aren't you also like, I don't know, you're technically selling at that point too. You've got to get rid of your guys to get better guys, but all of your guys are hurt right now. So I don't know how you can like be in the buying market, right? Because you're going to trade Mike Trout? He's not playing for 2 months. I just don't know what good players you have that you can trade to get a better player. So
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, being buyers, it's about making the right buys, and it just hasn't worked out for him in the past.
True.
Do you want to go down that route again? I think if you're going to buy anybody, you should buy Shohei.
For sure.
I mean, even if you can't build a team around him, you've got the most exciting guy in baseball on your team.
Yeah.
Which who knows what they're thinking? If they're thinking, do we have a chance to win right now, or should we sign? I don't know what you do. That is a tough situation. Because then what do you pay the man? Because not only is he one of the best pitchers in the league, he's one of the best hitters.
Right.
So do you pay him like 2 star players? Do you pay the guy a $1 billion contract over 10 years? Like,
I've seen his value is every bit of $500 million or more. So every bit of half a billion.
You see what some of these like international soccer players make? Like, like a Lionel Messi going to Miami. Like, what do you get? Like a $250 million contract or
Did you
something?
see what the Saudis offered him?
Yeah, it was like $1 billion or something.
1.2 billion, I think.
So, like, I mean, Shohei could definitely get some money. And, I mean, that's the kind of money you pay for one player in international soccer. What do you do in baseball when you got a guy who is an all-star, top-notch player at pitching and hitting?
Virgil says it'll be a big twist if he signs with the Rays. I'll tell you what, the Rays pitching staff is really good. They're really good.
Something just tells me, like, if he goes on free agent market, like, who's going to stop the Yankees? I feel like they would not stop until they had him.
The Dodgers probably. Dodgers spend a lot of money.
I feel like L.A. or New York is going to get this guy because it's just too big of an opportunity. Like, even if you don't win a single thing.
The Mets are already spending a lot of money to be in third place in the division. So, I don't know. Bob Bolin, speaking of the team and the draft that just happened, he says, have you guys heard where any of the Angels draft picks have been assigned to, if anywhere? No, I think a lot of them are still waiting to be signed in the first place, right?
I don't think we're there yet.
We're not quite there yet. It'll be a little bit. If any of them come here, it'll be a while because they still, I think, got to go to Arizona.
I was going to say, I think they go to Arizona first for the, what's that league called? The extended
spring training.
The development league or whatever. So I think they'd go out there. What time last year? I think we got our guys in like late August.
It was something like that.
I think they played the last couple homestands of the season.
And then we had an extra homestand in September last year. Like we played deeper into September last year too. So
yeah, maybe those last 2 homestands we might have some guys, and really we might not have any.
Right.
I mean, because last year we got 3. We got Neto, Joyce, and Sonny D. and we had 3 guys from the draft playing at AA. I don't know if there was another team that even had one.
Something tells
or there was
me
just a couple.
If we see anybody, I hope and think it might be the our first pick, the first baseman
From Florida Atlantic.
and that's just because like when you're talking about realistically trying to get to the show, we rotate our first baseman here anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Like Sonny's not close to going up yet. Like he's just not. He's a project
He's
working
still
at first
working
base.
on
He was a
it,
hitter in
yeah.
college. He's learning first base. Who else goes like Tucker Flint
Flint's
comes
an
in.
outfielder primarily.
Right. So I feel like that's a permanent first baseman you can plug there. So I could see that being something that they would do. I'm not saying they will. I don't know about any of that. I just that sticks out to me. I feel like that could be one we see.
Definitely. Yeah. That might be the only one if we have one.
Yeah, we drafted a third baseman later too, so maybe I don't know.
Bob got in here and says it looks like Shanuel signed for 5.2.
Yeah. Shanuel signed for a pretty good amount of money. Not all the picks have signed. I'm not sure who all is wrapped up yet.
I don't either. I'd say stay tuned in about a month. We should have an idea.
As soon as we know, you'll know for sure. As soon as we start getting that news in, you guys will get that news in as well. All right. So I had plenty of other things on here to get into.
Came to my desk first thing this morning to tease a bunch of these things you were excited to talk
Some
about.
of them,
I can't
like-
wait to see what they are.
Some of them can definitely wait, and I definitely want to push them to next week.
Okay.
Because this other one, I feel like we could go for a minute on it. I definitely want to get it in. So one of the topics that I was going to get into was the All-Star Game, and should it go away? Should the Major League Baseball All-Star Game go away? We're going to save that for next week. But when talking about, when seeing others' opinions on that, I saw a guy, very opinionated, post an article about that, where he had brought up that it's a tradition, much like other weird, and listed a couple of weird traditions like overseas grown men kiss each other on each cheek, and he compared it to that. He's like, it's weird seeing that happen. It was okay for a time, but now it just needs to go away. And that got me thinking. I'm like, what are some of the other, just in general, weird traditions throughout the world that we're unaware of, that people treat as a normal thing, that just don't hold up today? So I looked up one article and immediately got through like 3 out of 10 and was like, we're talking about
So
this
these
today.
are things all through history.
Yes,
that
that still happen today.
Okay.
That they're not sports related. They're just traditions that other countries and cities in other countries do every year that are notable. And man, strap in.
Okay.
Just get ready.
I'm ready, man.
All right. First
I've
one.
been ready since this morning when you teased me.
I'll start off small. I'll start off easy. All right. La Tomatina in Spain. La Tomatina is the largest tomato fight in the world. It's not quite known how it became about, but there are many theories surrounding it. One of the most popular is that during a parade of the Gigantes y Cabezados in 1945, those who weren't included in the event started a brawl in the main square using tomatoes from a local vegetable stand as weapons. So now, regardless of how it started, this annual festival is held in Spain on the last Wednesday of August, so it's coming up next month, as a part of a week of festivities in the Buñol? Is that the name of the Buñol?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And quite literally consists of people throwing tomatoes at each other for fun.
Man, you imagine Kenyon Jovan out there with a tomato?
Right, dude.
Chucking one right at your face. Jovans, y'all Spanish? Is that traced back?
I don't think you man. Eh?
Did Guillermo Jovan start this 200 years ago? Throw a nasty cutter and then just get all jacked up and hyped up and how we doing? What is this?
Oh, hey.
Oh, look at that. And we're still pretty.
I think it worked on me. It didn't work on you.
No, I still look sickly.
I think it's up there.
It's a little bit go up higher. Let's see. Nope.
No, even more.
You can't beat the light in
It's
here.
not working on Ricky.
I got more.
All right, I appreciate you helping out.
All right.
What were we talking about?
The Tomato Festival.
Our key grip, Hayden, came in here. Our best boy. I don't know what a best boy does on a movie set, but I always see it in the credits. That's our best boy.
La Tomatina.
Yeah. Guillermo Jovan,
Guillermo Jovan started
1812.
that. Dude, I mean, but throwing of tomatoes for us, it resembles someone doing something very poorly, right? You like theater, people throw tomatoes at them, right?
Mhm.
They throw vegetables. So I'm very distracted.
I somehow feel bright, like we're brighter now.
You are definitely.
I'm glowing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Try that again. Let's see what you got here. No, I didn't.
That was better.
A little bit?
That was a little better.
A little better, yeah. It's our best boy, Hayden, right there. What's a best boy do on a movie set?
Best boy?
Yeah.
That is like the person directly under the gaffer. So the gaffer talks to the director of photography, and then the gaffer distributes the information to the best boy. Best boy distributes that information to the grips. So it's just a chain of people telling what other people have done.
Hayden Porter, the best boy in the business, baby. Thanks, dude. We're slightly less bright.
I think that works.
It's
just
a little
bit.
better. Okay.
So, all right. So, Lato Matina. The next one.
Glad we got that out of the way.
This one is in India. There is a tradition where breaking coconuts on people's head is a ritual that's been around for a long time in southern parts of India. Their extreme superstition has caused this to become an obsession, and therefore, despite warnings, they've continued to perform this act that has been around since the colonial period. Devotees of the Hindu religion will gather inside the temple, and the priest will smash coconuts on the head of each of them, one after the other, as a sign to the gods that they are asking for good health and success.
Bro, Tua missed a month for that same kind of head injury last season. You kidding me? They got a protocol for this? How many coconuts are you allowed to take to your coconut? And it's all for in the hopes of better health, huh?
Right, but just think about beating somebody up and going, "I'm praying for your health."
Bro, a coconut. Not like I'm cracking an egg on your head.
I'm
cracking a coconut.
You don't have to pray for my health. Just don't crack a tropical fruit over my noggin.
Has anyone realized that our whole drop in health started when we were cracking coconuts over each other's brains? Maybe that might be the source of bad health.
You ever think instead of cracking a coconut over my head and praying for me, you just pray for me?
Maybe we get some aspirin in here? I don't know. You guys ever heard of antibiotics? I think I know a guy. We can get a shipment. We got all these coconuts, though. We can maybe just eat them or drink the milk. I don't know. Get over here. You look a little down.
You'll like penicillin way better. Way better.
Can I just Robitussin doesn't taste good, but I think I prefer. Get over here. Coconut to the skull. I don't feel better. No, you will.
Give it time. It'll kick in.
Crack a tomato on my head? That's what the Spanish do. They have fun. They turn it into a day. Nah, we're coconuts. We're only coconuts here.
Yeah. So, all right, this one was weird. It was a festival of scrambled eggs in Bosnia. They celebrate the start of spring by picking daffodils or doing spring cleaning. Or no, excuse me, that's what the UK might do. They said they start the day as the means go on with a large breakfast of eggs cooked in a large pan in a city park near the river. They then spend the rest of the day partying, barbecuing, jumping into the river. That's just a cookout, dude.
That's just a drunken breakfast.
That's a brunch. That's a brunch by the river, man.
Bosnia they discovered brunch. They didn't invent it.
Way later than everybody else.
Bosnia discovered brunch and loved it so much they turned it into a holiday, not knowing that a lot of people just do this on the weekends.
They just every Sunday, my dad used to make a big breakfast like closer to noon.
We should go to Bosnia on scrambled egg day or whatever it's called over there.
I've had a few. I've had a few the festival of scrambled eggs.
What do you mean you don't have orange juice and champagne? I thought this was what? This party sucks.
All right, here you go. Throwing cinnamon at 25-year-olds in Denmark.
Cool.
Throwing cinnamon. In Denmark, if you turn 25 and you're unmarried, not only do you have to face Valentine's Day alone, but you also must endure your friends and family submerging you in a cloud of cinnamon. This long-standing tradition in Denmark is customary if a man or woman turns 25 and is still single. Firstly, you get splashed with water, and then you get covered from head to toe in cinnamon. It's not a form of punishment, but more just an excuse to be silly with friends and family. It's a tradition that dates back hundreds of years.
I hear that'll make you taller. Did you know that?
You ever done the cinnamon challenge?
I have.
Spoonful of cinnamon?
It's off.
Try getting doused. Try doing the ice bucket challenge and then getting covered in cinnamon.
Man, you know how many marriages there got to be in Denmark between two people that are 24 and a half years old just trying not to get cinnamon bathed by their own family?
Come on, no, seriously. At midnight, I turned 25. Can you say I? She said I do. She said it.
Half of the marriages in Denmark are loveless. It's just two people trying to avoid embarrassment.
Didn't want to get covered in cinnamon.
Jeez. Okay, cool.
This one, there's a lot about this one that doesn't make sense. I had to look it up separately to find other stuff about this one. but it's called the Monkey Buffet Festival in Thailand.
Time out. Can we fact check this? What?
It is a real thing. Google it.
I don't want to.
The Monkey Buffet Festival in Thailand. What do you think that means?
It sounds like a lot of people in Thailand going to get together and have an all-you-can-eat meal consisting of monkey.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
In fact,
that's good.
This is a lavish banquet is laid out and a big celebration is held, but not for humans.
Oh,
It's
they
a
feed the
buffet
monkeys, don't they?
for monkeys.
That's cool. That is cool as hell, dude. I'm all on board on this. Just wait until the monkeys discover brunch. That'll actually probably be the start of Planet of the Apes.
This is the weird part. It gets weirder. The festival includes performances by dancers in monkey costumes.
Oh, they probably don't appreciate that.
And towers of fruits and vegetables in which the monkeys climb, jump, and indulge on. What do the dancers being dressed up as monkeys do to add to the monkeys' experience? That makes no sense to me.
I think it offends them. If I were at a human buffet hosted by a bunch of monkeys, and then a dance team dressed up like humans came out and started doing like Gangnam Style, because they're a little back. They're not up on the modern. They're monkeys. They just learned how to throw a buffet for people, so they're doing. They're going gay. They have only made it like 2014.
They start hitting the Cabbage Patch
up on Gangnam Style. You're like, why are those monkeys dressed up like people doing a dance from 10 years ago? They're messing up my buffet experience.
I think the monkeys. No, the fruit's good. The fruit's good. But what else? You know what? I think they'll really like the belly dance. But if you had a tail, it doesn't make any sense.
It probably just confuses the monkeys. Like, what's going on? I know, because the monkey's probably pretty smart too. Because they're our closest relative.
Mm-hmm.
They probably are looking at it, going like, "What? Like, I know what they mean, but I'm not. It's not.
Oh man,
not feeling it."
All right, so this next one in Germany, this one made me mad. This made me very mad.
Germany's going to be weird. I already know it.
The thought of this one made me very, very mad. This is for a wedding shower, right? So, you and Morgan were together a while before you got married. Me and Jen have been together a very long time. If someone did this to us, I'd never forgive them. It's called the Polterabend in Germany.
Okay.
Meaning Polterabend, meaning wedding shower. It's a unique tradition in Germany that is generally held the day before a bride and groom are due to be wed. So instead of you new groomsmen getting together and partying, this is instead what would happen. It's a big party where your friends and family gather at the front of your house and they smash things on the floor, such as plates, flower pots, tiles, anything that makes lots of noise in order to bring good luck. The only exceptions being glass and mirrors, of course. And then once they've got done shattering all of your good china and everything else that you have, once the dish breaking is done, the bride and groom then work together to clean it up in preparation of the future.
Oh, look, babe. Look at all the good luck we have. Everything we own's destroyed. And we have to clean it up.
We have to throw
This
it
was a
away.
party. We threw this party.
You came to my house.
People in Germany are like, dude, let's move to Denmark. They only throw cinnamon on people for not being married. Here you get married, they break all your stuff. It makes no sense. It's a very aggressive culture. That doesn't make it.
No, pick it up. What?
I think I'm going to move to Germany and start selling pottery. Imagine the amount of sales.
Dude, pottery's got to be booming in Germany.
But just people going there every day like, yeah, get me 6 vases. Yeah, the in-laws came over, just punted all this.
It doesn't have to be pretty. Like, they need stuff to break, right? So you just need to make stuff that's breakable.
Only Germany would have an engagement party that is really just a rage room.
Dude, that is the
at the married couple's house.
It's the best. That would be the best place to go if you're an amateur in pottery. You don't have to be a master. You could be the shoddiest pottery maker in the world. You can go over there and people are going to buy your stuff because, hey, Tommy and Sue are getting married tomorrow. Not German names, by the way. They're getting married tomorrow, and we got stuff to break in front of their house. So
Helmut and Olga came over and punted every piece of porcelain I have. Give me some stuff.
And then we can
make a killing on that's import. American pottery in Germany.
I wonder why Wilhelm never comes to visit anymore.
Otto and the boys. I just don't look at them the same since they came over and ransacked our entire house.
Mm-hmm. So there's shoving faces in the cake in Mexico. That's not
That's not
anything
too
out of the
crazy.
ordinary. Battle of the Oranges in Italy. Not crazy. It's similar to the tomatina.
It'd be cool if we had a Spain versus Italy battle of the oranges tomatoes thing going on.
Here you go. Finger cutting of the Danny tribe.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Doesn't sound like a celebration to me. Go ahead.
Not as. It's the exact opposite.
Boy, yeah, that's that good.
Here's how it starts. Everyone grieves differently. After the loss of a loved one, but the women of the Danny tribe in Indonesia have quite a unique and severe way of dealing with grief. When they lose a loved one, the top joint of a woman's finger will be amputated.
Oh.
The string will be tightly tied around her finger until it goes numb, and then a family member, often a sibling or a parent, will cut off the top of the finger. The wound is then burnt to stop the bleeding and prevent infection. The process is carried out to symbolize the pain suffered after the loss of a loved one and to keep the deceased person's spirit away. The process symbolizes the pain. What about the actual pain and suffering that I'm going through right now?
Yeah, right. Whose finger are we chopping off to cure that? The Danny tribe's out there pulling Ronnie Lots.
Dude,
and they're not even in a playoff game.
No, they're just.
Yeah.
All right, this next one I purposely blocked off so you couldn't read ahead to this one.
All right.
I just want you to read the headline of this one. Just read that out loud.
Baby tossing in India.
Baby
Which is also
tossing.
where they do the scroll up to India. They had they're smashing coconuts on people's heads. So you got to remember, these people are all concussed. Their traditions are coming from a place of, of severe mental damage.
All right, so
Hey, man, I just got coconut cracked on my head. Tell me if this is crazy or not. Why don't you go deep? I'm going to throw my baby to you real quick.
run a skinny post.
I'm going to throw this thing on a dang line, bro. I'm going to spiral this kid. You better not drop him. I don't know. I'm a little dizzy. I got a coconut smashed on my head, too. So maybe put some air under it. Let me run under the baby. Don't give me a skinny post. Can I get a fade route? And the guy was like, yeah, that worked.
Let me run.
Just let me run under the baby. I don't want to have to do this. I want to do this.
All right, so in India, they have a ritual that involves throwing newborn babies off the side of temples.
Oh, my gosh.
If you got married at the 50-foot-high Sri Santaswar temple in India, it's your tradition to return with your baby and throw them from the top onto a cloth that is held by both Muslims and Hindus below.
A cloth.
Yeah.
All these babies are taking Mankind King of the Ring 98 bumps off the temple onto a cloth.
You ever watch old Looney Tunes where they got like the little sheet they're holding?
Yeah.
Boing.
Yeah, right. Oh. That doesn't happen, I bet.
No way.
They don't get flung back to the top of the temple.
Maybe not back to the top.
It must go well because they keep
They
doing
still do it.
They still do it.
There was another one when I was looking.
Maybe they
up,
got some people down there they got some firefighters do that, right? If a building's burning, they'll throw a kid out there, catch him in a sheet.
So there's another one I came across.
Did you just find the Wikipedia page for baby jumping?
Yes. This is not what we just talked baby tossing. This is a different one. When I was looking up the monkey tradition,
Right.
I found another one in Spain. It was linked to this. It's called baby jumping. This one was even weirder to me. I mean, now tossing your baby off a 50-foot tower onto a cloth, hopefully the two different religions are working together to catch it, is a choice.
Bold.
But during the act known as it's El Salto del Colacho, translated as the devil jump, or simply El Colacho. What can El Colacho be my nickname?
I don't think you want that.
The devil jump. El
You
Colacho.
don't want that.
Men dressed as the devil in red and yellow suits jump over babies born during the previous 12 months who lie on mattresses in the street. Your face. Look at this. Gets even weirder. The devils hold whips and oversized castanets as they jump over the infant children. Before the jump begins, the devils taunt onlookers until the arrival of the atabalero, the drummers. These pious men signal the beginning of the jump, which represents the devil being driven out. And on their way, they jump over the babies, absorbing their sins and taking such sins with them.
Babies in this country are too soft, you know? Have you brought your kid to see the Easter Bunny or like Santa Claus yet at like the mall and they freak out and can't do it?
I've seen kids cry, yeah.
You try that one, baby. Oh, you don't want to sit next to the Easter Bunny? Lay on a mattress while the devil jumps over you. Plays leapfrog with your soul.
You didn't like Santa Claus? You want to meet El Colacho?
I'm sorry. Was the Easter Bunny too scary for you? Why don't I get my buddy El Colacho de Nuevo? And he'll paint his face red and put horns on and hop over you. Now, do you want to take a picture with the bunny or not?
The origins of the tradition are unknown, but it is said to cleanse the babies of original sin, ensuring them safe passage through life and guarding against illness and evil spirits. Pope Benedict XVI asked Spanish priests to distance themselves from El Colacho as the church teaches that the original sin is cleansed by baptism.
Hey, what's up? It's the Spanish Priest Society. Who's calling? The Pope. Hey, what's going on, man? What are you doing? How's God? Is he good? Good. Wait, what? No, I've heard of I'm aware of it. What do you mean? Well, I think that's taken out of context, quite honestly. I mean, he's only... They're Tempur-Pedic. All right, fine. All right, you got it, Pope. All right, love you too. Bye-bye. Not listening to that guy. Get the beds ready. I know they're not Tempur-Pedic. What do you want me to do? It's the Pope.
I'm getting, hold on. Oh, look at this.
That's so...
Colacho in so this baby jumping was the thing in Spain, right?
Yeah.
Look at this is Colacho in Costa Rica.
Oh my God. It is their Santa Claus. Dude, our kids are too soft. Costa Rican and Spanish kids are taunted by demons.
As an unrelated Christmas...
Non-stop from birth till adulthood.
As an unrelated Christmas tradition, El Colacho, short for Nicolacho or Saint Nicholas, is Costa Rica's version of Santa Claus.
Hey, Costa Rica, yeah, it's the Pope. No, I just had this call with Spain. What do you think you're doing putting Santa Claus in this? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? You're playing with fire, bud. Okay? Good. I'm not even... I regret even making... I can't talk to them. The Pope's really got to make phone calls like that, doesn't he?
That went even better than I thought it was going to go.
Look, Padre, I heard about the Colacho stuff. I'd maybe back off. I can't predict the future, but something tells me this might not look good in a few years. All right. This might not age well. And by might not, I mean it hasn't at all. You're scaring people.
Oh,
I just got an email about baby jumping.
No, you did. Oh my, we did.
Look
oh
at the
my
subject.
God.
Look at the
too.
subject. It's literally baby jumping. That's our work email, man.
Yeah.
Look at
I feel like baby jumping can be a new in-game contest.
I'm blocking your emails, Amy. I know you work here with us, and you're gonna have to call me from now on. I'm blocking that email.
Hey, we got any Tempur-Pedics in here? I could put Oliver on one of those.
If I get deposed for that email someday in the future,
Dude, I got the same email, and I thought, I just saw that we got an email at the same time. I did not know that
I got to scrub the whole email account. I got to get a new one. I can't have this one. I got baby jumping as a suggestion in my inbox. Someone's reading that right now. I'm getting put on a list.
It's a picture of one of the guys that jumps over babies.
Oh, my God. It's chilling.
So I think Colacho is just the name of Santa Claus in Costa Rica. It's not like the devil.
That's probably good.
Dude, look. Also,
Christmas has got to be a very confusing time in Costa Rica.
also, look at this picture. Look at this picture of the baby jumping. Except that wasn't in English. So
Look
I
at
really
his
hope this
shoes.
doesn't get
Look at
my
those
computer.
Adidas. What a great ad for Adidas.
Dude.
That dude's soaring over those babies. He's dressed like he's playing for Average Joe's Gym in dodgeball. It's not nearly as scary as I thought it was.
Are you kidding me?
It's actually just kind of stupid.
How often do these guys have to train for? Could you imagine being uncoordinated and falling on top of those 5
Dude, you
infants?
go to jump, knee gives out.
You are the devil at that
Not
point.
going to happen, though. Look at that guy. He's soaring over those babies.
He's already getting ready for the landing. The front knee's bent. He's ready for it.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. No, I'm the head of Adidas International. You couldn't have got some Pumas or something, dude? Really? Really? We got a picture of you jumping over 6 babies?
Hey, here's Phil Knight's number. Call this guy next time you need some shoes.
Hey,
for
I'll
baby
give you
jump.
$100. Buy your own Nikes. Quit jumping over babies in our kicks, dude. This business has been around for 100 years, and you're about to kill it in 2 seconds. Bob brings up a good point. Sounds like Krampus.
Yeah,
That's the Germans right there. You get married, they come in your house, they break all your stuff, and then around the holidays, a demon comes in there and haunts you.
They have Santa too, I think.
They got Santa, and then they got the Krampus.
Krampus is the anti-Santa.
He's like, you mess up. Yeah, around here, you get a bag of coal. In Germany, a beast with horns
Dude, you're right.
will haunt you forever.
You're right. Our kids are way too soft.
Way
man.
too soft, dude. Costa Ricans have devils jumping over their babies that were just laying in the streets, wearing Adidas. No one has a problem with it.
India's throwing their babies off 50-foot towers.
Throwing them and catching them in a sheet. Probably an old sheet. A worn old sheet.
If you're naughty around Christmas time, Germany is going to send a horned devil after you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're right, dude. Our kids.
Denmark, you're not married at 25? Get over there. I'm about to soak you in cinnamon. You loser.
By the way, we got that baby jumping email. My internet went out ever since.
Coincidence?
They've shut me down.
Yeah, I think
You're
not.
next. They have shut my stuff down. So, awesome.
Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it. Appreciate this. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God. I never thought.
I never thought when my email went off that I'd pop open and a baby jumping would be the subject.
At least it
line.
wasn't like a disclaimer. At least it wasn't from like our GM. It was like, hey, we
That's a great point.
We need to
Yeah.
have a discussion about this baby jumping thing. Like we do. You need to get with the Pope. They've got to seriously get this.
What does?
I'm not jumping over children. Although, if you wanted like the middle of the third inning, you want to put Oliver out there on a mattress, go for it.
We do have to make an apology talking about first baseman, though. We forgot about our boy Gabe. The Oregon man, Gabe Matthews, first baseman.
Oh yeah, he's fairly new. That's right.
He's fairly new. That's our
fairly new.
apologies.
Just got called up. Sorry.
We have a new initiation process here at the Trash Pandas. Every time a new player comes in there after their first game, all the guys grab their baseball bats and just beat them senselessly for 30 seconds. Is that a custom in like Cuba or something?
Probably.
Is that a thing?
but-
After you win your first Little League game, the team comes over and just stomps you for 30 seconds. If they're already on the ground, they kick you. And then the coach has a timer. And then when the timer goes off, everyone goes, hooray! And you go home.
So my internet went down. I couldn't find the other article that I'd looked up. There's another one. I can't remember where it was, but it's called the was it bullet bees or something like that. It's a bee sting, or bullet ants. They're bullet
Yeah.
ants. To signal that you're a man, you have to stick your hand in the glove
Oh, I've seen that.
full of bullet ants. You have to dance around and let them sting you. However, you don't just have to do it that one time. In order to be a man, you have to do it until it doesn't make you cry.
Oh, dude, have you seen the video when they
No.
do that with that glove?
Nope, don't want to.
Those ants look like dogs, first off.
They say that
They're huge.
that an ant sting or an ant bite, whatever it would be, feels like you're being shot by a bullet. And they have to stick their hand in a glove full of them and not cry. And only then can you be a man.
And here in America, if you get third place in a baseball tournament, we give you a trophy so you don't feel bad. Man, we're way too soft, dude. I wasn't expecting to be old man saying we're too soft today, but you brought me there.
I mean,
We're not accustomed to what life's going to bring us the rest of the way because we're not actively trying to torture our youth at a young age. So by the time they get old, they're nice and weathered and worn down.
I know, but now I have dad material for Oliver when he gets older. He's
I don't think
to
you
get fussy.
do. I think you got material for a felony.
No, not that. I mean, like material to use. Like, oh, you think you got it rough here, pal?
Yeah.
You got it rough because you can't watch TV past 8:30? You know, how about I take you and throw you off a 50-foot tower into a sheet? How about that one?
I'm about to go fill your mother's oven mitt full of bullet ants. What do you think about that? Go to bed. You know what, though? You sold your initial idea very well with this. Because now they're putting a little bit of salt in your kid's shoe. Why not? Put a little in my shoe, too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate a couple inches.
Honestly, you suggesting that was child abuse made you a little soft.
You're
honestly.
absolutely right. I feel like a loser. I feel like an absolute dork. And I apologize. You're raising what will be a very tough man. A man that will probably have sore feet and I don't know, his lips I feel like will always be chapped. I feel like that salt's gonna suck moisture out of something. So, but other than that, he's gonna be tough.
And zero memories of El Calacho jumping over him as an infant.
That's right. At no point was he ever put on a mattress and had a stranger in Adidas jumped over him. So I'm sorry, you've swayed me. Salt that kid up.
All right, that went even better than I thought it would. That's gonna do it for us today. We will be back on Monday.
Want that kid's ankles to look like the rim of a margarita.
We still have quite a bit. So actually, we'll be back on Wednesday. We have quite a bit to talk about. I still want to talk about the All-Star game. Should that go away? And we'll recap the Trash Pandas weekend. And on top of that, I also want to know, I want to talk more about professional rivalries because I feel like in professional sports, rivalries now, like those old school rivalries, are just that in name. There's no real reason that they hate each other anymore. You know what I mean? Mm. So in college football, some can be that same way, but they play for something. Should professional rivalries start playing for something? Do we need trophies? Do we need rivalry game trophies?
No, it's too soft. No, not a trophy. There should be a glove full of bullet ants for the team that loses. What's more motivating to you? A trophy that looks all right? Or not having to,
Hey, the winner gets to go take an ice bath. Loser gets in an ice bath full of bullet ants. Ooh.
Loser, we're throwing all you guys off a temple. We're going to catch you in a sheet.
Hey, we're the coconuts. You get some coke.
Man.
Antonio is so giggly today from Mama Yovan.
LOL.
Ricky's been cracking me up, man. He got me going beforehand too, and some of the off. There we go. Off the.
Yo, dude, that was a stupid joke you told earlier, Ethan. We made fun of you. I don't know if you heard.
We're gonna stay in here for another 5-10 minutes. Put him in timeout.
You're going straight in, dude.
You're gonna hop in here. Oh, he hopped in here at 2 because he thinks we started at 2. We started at 1 today.
No, I'm gonna put you right in the timeout. I can't do it. The button's blocked by emojis.
Click on his comment. Just click on the thing.
There you go. See, look at this. You know how to do it. And now I feel bad.
No, dude. Okay, you feel bad? I'm going to reread the joke. No. You be the judge. Keep him out of timeout. I'm going to reread the joke, and you tell me if you still feel bad. Told me earlier today. He said, got a bad joke that I know you've heard. If you translate the Los Angeles Angels to English, you get the Angels.
I'll put him in timeout.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought.
That's not even a joke. That's just a statement.
Yeah, you just translated for us.
You just said, that's just, yeah. Well, he's gone, so...
Yeah.
Now what? Throw tomatoes at him or something?
We're the coconuts. We got...
Dude, I'm about to go do something tough with the rest of my day.
Yeah.
I'm going to go prove my manhood somehow.
I'm going to go...
I'm gonna chop the knuckle off my finger.
I'm going to a bachelor party this weekend starting tonight.
Oh, yeah?
I think I'm going to start the night with a rusty Palmero.
What? Oh, man, I don't know.
It's just a glass of nails.
Yeah, all right, a rusty Palmero.
Last year up here in the press box, it got down to the front office a little bit because Danny was here.
Yeah.
But me, Rob, and Matt, our scoreboard guy, we would look on the roster, and we would come up with we would try to use the players' names to make a drink. Like that's why you heard the Long Island Bryce tea. We came up with those, and we had Preston Palmero on the team last year. And the first thing we came up with was the Rusty Palmero. And Matt said it was just a glass of nails.
Yeah, with bourbon.
Yeah, just a splash.
Just a splash. Just a little bit of bourbon. Mostly nails.
Just enough to coat the nails. They're not soaking in it. They're just coated in it.
Yeah.
Glaze. A bourbon glaze.
I'll take a Rusty Palmero Keep the bourbon glaze light. All right, I'm tapped out. You giggly? You good? You done? You good? You got everything?
Oh, excuse me. I messed up the joke. He said there are two thes. So it translates.
How's he getting in here? Put him in secondary timeout. You're going in. We're about to put you in timeout. We're about to go into timeout inception.
In English, you get the angels. Oh, that's even worse.
God, that's not even a joke. It's just words. It's just words.
All right, that's going to do it today. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. We'll be back on